Double.
All right. Are we there yet?
If you don't double click it, it's not going to work.
Hey guys.
Give me this thing.
It's up. Oh, you got to fix something else.
I got to fix something else here. Lord have mercy. What in the world are we ever going to do here?
Can y'all hear us?
As long as it's been.
Please tell us you can hear us. That's what the problem is.
Oh, let me stretch this out.
Okay, Sierra and
you move this down. All right.
Lone Rule.
I see and hear you. They said.
Great.
Good. Because we finally got everything stretched and in order.
Wanda had to pull the live stream from last week, and when you redo, it copies what you did last week. And when I pulled that live stream down, it had us private. So I had to fix it. So if you missed the live stream from last week, oh well. I had to pull it
because of some wording. That's why we have to be very careful about what we say, when we say, and how we say it. So that video is no longer up.
If I could figure out how to slice in YouTube, I could take out the part I need to take out and put it back up. But I haven't had time to do that. I tried it yesterday one time and I couldn't figure it out. So you might can. Because Danny likes that type of editing more than I do. I'm used to my editing.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It might go back up this week, maybe.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of people jumped in, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you for hanging in there, guys, while we go through this aggravating YouTube program.
How did y'all like our Super Bowl?
Yeah, how'd y'all like that? I mean, we come up with this idea. Look at this. This is a Super Bowl.
We really use this bowl a lot.
And it is a Super Bowl. I mean, it's a big bowl.
I don't even know how many.
It's about 4 gallons or something. I mean,
Maybe it's I'm not sure. I don't know how much it would hold. At least, what, 3 or 4 gallons of water? Maybe 5?
It holds a lot.
3 at least.
Yeah, it holds a lot.
And we got this bowl from Angie's Pantry a couple of years ago. She gave it to us at the gathering. She came and visited us. And when she did, she said, I know y'all will find a use for this huge bowl. And so we did. We have used it for all kinds of stuff. Recently, you used it for the Alexa Pure.
I used it for the Alexa Pure. I did do that, yeah.
He was changing out the spigot, and he needed a big something to put the water in so that he could take the spigot off, change it, and put it back. So he used that bowl.
This thing has come in handy for everything from garden vegetables. I mean, you name it. We have used that bowl for just about everything.
Yeah. Lou, if you want a bowl like that, check out Angie's Pantry on YouTube and tell her Wanda sent you. Because Angie sells Tupperware, and it is a Tupperware bowl.
And Deborah, rubbing it in there. Been canning deer meat all day.
Oh,
we had a deer visit our garden again last night.
It's a live deer.
But it's a live one still. We don't get a chance to shoot it because they come out way after dark.
Janet says she loved your review on the water filter. Well, guys, what Janet is talking about is the Alexa Pure.
The Alexa Pure.
Let me see if I can find it.
There it is, right there.
Yes, I didn't get it because it's long, and I just have to hide Danny.
Whoa! I can look out around the edge of it. Guys, the Alexa Pure was what, the Berkey is just as good. It's just that the Alexa Pure was more in our budget. We only technically have to have 1 filter with it, although you can put up to 4 in it if the water doesn't flow fast enough for you. Then you can put up to 4 filters in it, and they filter everything that the Berkey filters with just 1 filter.
Yeah, so we kind of like it. Plus, we're going to be...
Oh, yeah, we're going to be giving one away at the gathering. And I mean, some lucky person is going to receive a Alexa Pure at the gathering. Now, on the video I made here a while back, there will be some rules about who's able to enter and who's not able to enter. Kids' names will not be permitted. in large items that are expensive items that can be used for survival stuff. Now, Hall's tool will have a single wheel hoe there. Kids are not permitted to join in on that. The Alexa Pure kids will not be able to put their name in the hat on that either.
Yeah, Hall's Tools is going to be giving away one of these. This is a single wheel hoe. And if you don't know what we're talking about, this is going to be at our gathering, which is just a get together for our subscribers and other YouTube channels that show up. And it is March the 21st here in Perkinston, Mississippi. And everybody's invited. You can come, no charge. We want you to get your tickets at Eventbrite. There is no charge, but we like to know kind of how many's coming, so we kind of got a good idea on that. So we've got books, lots and lots of books.
Now we are becoming affiliated with several different authors, and the funny thing about it is we have new authors contacting us all the time about. And I never dreamed we'd be getting into the literature side of prepping. No. This is Mr. Ron Foster. Ron has up about 60-something different books he's wrote. This is just a few of these that's going to be at the gathering, right?
Yeah, and I've got a few more. Let me run up right here.
All these books will be given away at the gathering. That's the reason we're saying some things are not meant for kids. These are adults' books. And we want to make sure that adults get them. If we call out a name or a number and a kid comes up, I'm not going to give it to him because these are for adults.
And these are all fictional prepper books.
Yes.
And he tells a fictional story, Ron does, in his books. And it kind of humorous and witty off and on, but he's teaching you how little survival tricks, I guess, is the...
It is. Even though it's fictional, if the actual information is accurate. Barb wants to know, what do I do to keep the deer out of my garden? Well,
let me go get something I forgot.
Okay.
While you're
Barb, there's several different things I've done. I've used Irish Spring soap. You take stick pieces of rebar up in the garden and rub the soap up and down it, and it'll get into parts of the rebar. They like that. And I've taken the flagging tape like surveyors use and put the pink flagging tape all around my garden. That seems to work. I've used electric fences. That works. All that type of stuff. Chip, thank you so much. We definitely appreciate that. It is definitely a blessing when people feel moved to help support us. That's all I can say is we appreciate it. And if you have dogs, as long as that dog is running loose, he'll keep the deer out. But if you just chain him up, the deer will walk right beside him because my neighbor got chained up dogs and the deer walked right by them.
Oh, thank you, Middleway. And who did you say, Chip?
Yep, Chip. And Middleway, yes.
Thank you for all the...
Thank you, guys. That means a lot to us.
Yes. Okay, so I want to show you guys. Now, Ron has been very instrumental in helping us get together with a few other authors, and one of them is QM Preston. And his book, Coming Together, we have 3 of the first book in a series, and then Planning to Preparing the Plan. So there's 3 of each one of these. And I brought one right quick because planning... preparing is on everybody's mind right now. And this is a workbook. Can they see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, and in it, he asked you different questions about where are you living. If you're considering evacuating, what is your planned evacuation destination? What are your most likely natural emergencies you face? I mean, just different questions for you to ask yourself right down the road. Then, who is with you? You list the people. Let's see if I can get it there.
Yeah, you got it.
You list the people, their skills, their medical, their strengths, their weaknesses, any special needs, training, and contact info.
Hello, Mr. Wilton.
And then it gets back into the back, and it lists all your prep items. Page after page of different prep items, so you can make notes, you can write it. Let me see where we're at here. QM Preston, planning to prepare. So we're giving away 3 of these unless I decide to keep one of those. I probably will keep one.
DSH 119, I just made the comment. We chose Alexapure over the Berkey. One for financial reasons. It's a lot cheaper. The filters are, you don't have to have as many filters. The one filter in the Alexapure does what it takes 2 filters in the Berkey to do, I believe we found out. But either one of them's a good unit. If you want to spend the extra money, the Berkey is a good unit. I'm not going to say it's not, because it is. They both.
And there's another one called, the one we got is Alexapure.
We have Alexapure.
Pure something.
The other one's just, it's a different
Pure
name.
Something.
But
so there's several out there.
We just done it for the financial reason, financial side of it, because it's and plus it's not the shiny chrome. We like the satin, look on ours. We didn't want the shiny look.
And 2, we became an affiliate with My Patriot Supply. There'll be a link in the description below. Once we decided on that, we went with them because they have all types of survival stuff. Yeah. Everything. So if you're interested in any kind of survival stuff, check My Patriot Supply below. And the water filters, air filters, food, what else? The camping stuff.
Camping, it doesn't matter. Anything to do with survival. Yeah. Fire starting stuff, it don't matter. Whatever. Yeah. Jamie Fortenberry says, Danny, can you tell us more about your new, bigger greenhouse you're planning on building? We're just waiting basically to raise the funds to be able to purchase it, because we don't want to go and borrow any money. We would rather just be able to pay cash for it. And it looks like it's going to be somewhere around $2,500 to $2,700 for it. So to us, that's a pretty good chunk of money. So we have to kind of work towards that goal.
Does the Alexapure filter fluoride?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I have one more author I want to talk about right quick. This one is Jeff Motes, M-O-T-E-S, and he sent a series of books. So this is Once Upon an Apocalypse, and none of these guys are anything to do with zombies. It's all EMPs or something like that has happened. It's
real life scenarios done in a fictional story.
And how these people most all of them are from Alabama.
Yeah.
So it's great to have those people, and it's a southern take on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol is right. JC from Boston the Swamp does have videos up about how to take 2 pots and drill the holes in the bottom of one of them, and drill a place in the side of the bottom one for a spigot, and order the filters from, you can order Berkey filters, or you can order filters from other different companies, and they all work just as good.
Oh, Chip, thank you.
My word, thank you so much.
127th of the greenhouse. And you're on your way to your greenhouse, baby.
I'm on my way.
He has really been studying these greenhouses, and every time Kevin and Sarah from Living Traditions puts up anything on it, he's watching their videos. He's talked to Kevin about them. And I sent Sarah a message last week or so, and I says, y'all gonna have to quit putting those videos up. And she said, why? I said, because you're making Danny want a greenhouse. He's wanting it so bad. We have our small one, and it is awesome.
The small one is awesome.
Let me show you the tomatoes. We've got another video coming out maybe this week. Look at this, guys. This is January.
It's February now.
Oh, well, today's February.
Today's February the 1st. But, guys, look, we've been picking tomatoes every week, eating them.
We eat a fresh tomato
Almost every day we eat fresh tomatoes.
Yes,
every day.
Every day. We've been eating fresh tomatoes for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And these things are just blooming and going, and in February. It's just amazing.
Plus our lemon tree. I've been hand pollinating our lemon tree in there.
That's the video coming up.
We got a video coming up about that. Guys, look, our greenhouse is only a 10 by 20, and it's just not big enough. So we're looking at going with a 20 by 32, I think it was.
Something like that.
Yeah, we just got to have a bigger one, because we've got a lot of we got a lot of plans for the future. Let me say that. I mean, we've been busting it all week this week, doing things here on the homestead. And there's lots of videos that we are in the process of putting together so we can get them out to you guys. Anything from planting certain vegetable crops right now to the smokehouse to planting trees.
I know y'all are anxious on the smokehouse, but y'all gonna have to wait a little longer because I'm actually editing the framing right now. And so hopefully the framing will go up this week.
Yeah.
We're really getting close to showing y'all, and probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it as a premiere. It may take me a week and a half to better to get it done, but to show you the finished product and all of the greenhouse. It won't be smoking bacon, but the bacon will be the next video.
Yeah.
And I think y'all will be totally awesome and blown away by the epic
smokehouse because it's technically already built.
It's is awesome. I want to show y'all so bad.
She wants to put it up so bad. I told her, says, nope, you've got to go through the process. You've got to show the video.
I got to edit. So if somebody wants to come edit for me tonight and finish a video.
Yep.
So we've just been having it. But now, look at this.
Look at these carrots, guys.
This is a House Tools carrot.
Nope.
No.
Nope. This is the Corotas.
This is the Corotas.
These are Corotas from Hawaii. Hawaii. Yeah, we say Hawaii.
Whatever.
Hawaii. These things, guys, are about, I forgot how tall they are now. They're getting on up
there. About 18 inches.
They're about 18 inches tall. By the way, we've been eating carrots.
Wait, I got a picture.
Do you?
I do.
Miss Wanda's been on the ball. Look at this, guys. We've been thinning carrots and eating baby carrots.
I saw somebody saying something about doing something with their carrots today, and I said, oh, they were going to put them in bone broth because they, and I said, no, steam them and eat them. They will melt in your mouth. And then I saw Hoss Tools had a bunch, and they were talking about theirs, and I said, look, they'll melt in your mouth, and Hoss Tools says, oh, yes, they are sweeter because we've had this little bit of cool spell.
Yep.
And it tastes, they almost taste like candy. Danny was, he would put one in his mouth and he goes, you don't even have to chew it.
You don't. You could take your tongue and push it against the roof of your mouth and the carrot would just go to nothing.
Yeah, it was awesome. And so this is the other thing. We have greens. Look
at the size of these greens, guys.
That's my hand.
Miss Wanda's got a big hand. Look at that leaf.
I don't have a big hand. I got a big hand, y'all.
Yeah.
No, we had 2 plants on our property that came up volunteer, and both of them are huge like this. They are awesome. All right.
Yeah, so we are totally enjoying all the food we're getting on our homestead right now. It has turned out to be
yeah, this time of the year.
For this time of the year, it's amazing to have this.
I had.
Wait, hold on. There's a thing that says, who's that? Negate the deep side says, who likes pig feet? Not me. My daddy used to eat pickled pig feet. He kept a jar of them things, and he'd eat them things like crazy. I never have eaten them. I know where a pig walks. I ain't eating his feet.
Somebody's asking about Seminole pumpkins and loofah. We do not grow either one yet, but we may do some loofah this year, but we do the Cherokee tan.
We do the Cherokee tan.
I've got Cherokee tans this tall.
I do. I got Cherokee tans up like this, guys. They're like 12 inches tall. I'm so excited in the greenhouse.
Jim and I said her face is plastered like a kid in a candy store. Look at them carrots.
What fertilizer do you put on your carrots? Guys, I amended the bed before we even planted them. I just used some triple 13. I used some, what was it? We used Dr. Earth's organic fish fertilizer or something like that. I put a whole, I figured it by the square footage, and we dumped all that in there. And Mr. Buddy and me, which I don't know if Buddy's on here tonight, I don't know if Miss Lippy is, but me and Mr. Buddy and Miss Lippy all turned all this dirt in, and we literally fertilized the food. I put lime in there, everything that bed needed.
Yeah. This is something else we're eating on. This is my chard. It's in my green stalk planter. And any of you that ordered these green stalk planters, y'all, it'll grow some food. So this stuff, my rainbow chard is in there, and it is doing awesome.
Prairie Girl, yes, our trees are budding out.
We also have a pepper in there that's still growing. And look at the little pepper and all the other little blooms and another little pepper under there. It is doing good. And
hey, Jennifer.
This is some more of my rainbow chard and onions. Danny kind of laughed at me when I put them onions in there, but all my onions are growing in the green
We can eat off those onions. We can
Yes.
cut. We've been cutting the tops off of them. Miss Wanda's using them in our food to eat, so it has turned out.
I took the rainbow chard and chopped off the biggest leaves earlier and made a stir fry with chicken and onions and peppers and stuff, and it was awesome.
Sherry says, do y'all have honeyberries? No, we don't grow honeyberries in the South. They grow up north. They're kind of like cranberries. They grow only mostly up north.
No, Eagle Lover, you don't have to plant your pumpkin seeds now.
No.
Danny planted them in the greenhouse in order to see if they would grow.
I just want to see if they'd grow in the greenhouse in the wintertime.
You don't plant them till
all danger of frost is gone.
Yeah, like March or
probably
April.
For us it would
April?
be like mid-March.
Yeah.
Do you
How
use
do you
the
keep
start?
your carrot bed from getting packed?
Oh, well, we don't have a problem with that. We just take the broad fork and go in there and we break that thing down about 12 inches deep, and it's got the right kind of soil. You can put vermiculite in it or perlite in your soil and some good compost and leaf mold and stuff like that. And then broad fork that thing down about 12, 15 inches deep, and you don't have to worry about it.
Prairie Girl, I do use the chard stems. That's part of my stir fry, and it was really great. I enjoyed it.
Chip said, my scallions haven't stopped growing all year. Well, our none of our stuff has stopped growing. I mean, literally everything.
The garlic and the
garlic and the shallots and.
I have a video coming up on what we planted today, and then I did a little tour around what's growing, like our garlic and our what is it? I can't ever think. Shallots.
Shallots.
I'm not used to shallots. I'm used to onions.
How do you get rid of wild onions or wild garlic? I don't think you can, to be honest. Now, some wild onions are deadly poison. When the settlers first come to this part of the country, that's the reason a lot of them, as they was going west, would eat the wild onions. And look, there's no antidote if you eat a wild onion, it's poison. It will kill you. They kill livestock and everything.
Hey, Steve Scott. He says, been a long
Hey, Steve,
time.
it has been a while. One guy uses cow panels, bends them over in half, removes the bottom leaves, the spikes to push in the ground, and for his tomatoes. Yes, that will work, Rita. We don't do that because I'm so tall. It just bumped my head on it.
Marshall Farms getting Dexters. They went to visit them today. They come next month.
Yeah, I've seen it. He had a comment earlier I've seen where he said he was.
Did we get our broad fork local?
No, come from Montana.
I've got a link in the description, and I think Mark was one of our moderators put the link up. It's called Easy Digger Broad Fork.
Yeah, now they make different sizes of them if that one's too big for you, because we got the very biggest one.
Yeah, it's easydigger.net, I believe.
Mr. Mack is the owner of the company. We don't have a picture of the Easy Digger here nowhere?
I do not.
Oh, baby.
I forgot.
Okay.
But it's in the video for today. They thought you were wearing a Cheers t-shirt. It's actually Sierra.
It says Sierra, the bullets, like you shoot in your rifle. Sierra bullets. Hang on here. I can't figure out how that camera is. Let me get it.
There it is.
There it is. Sierra. Yeah. It's
excuse me.
Woo! Bless you, girl.
Oh. Let's see. Throw that link up. That's a good broad fork. It Mark, I think, picked it up. Or
there it is. Mark's got it up right now.
Easydigger.net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're from Montana. Mr. Mack is a good man. This ain't no big company.
They're on sale too right now.
That's right. They are on sale. Now, I don't know what the sale price is, but he did contact us today, wasn't it?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And told us that they were on sale.
Have we started milking yet?
Every day I go out, I milk her a little bit, just onto the ground, just to keep her used to it. But guys, we've been so busy here in the last week, we're busting our butts just trying to.
She's actually doing real well with it.
Oh yeah, she's doing fine.
But we are not milking to drink yet. That's hopefully coming up.
Travis says, any seeds started yet? Yes. Matter of fact, today we planted a lot of seeds.
Well, the video that went up showed us planting English peas in the front garden. I have a video on the fingerling potatoes. Then I have another video on the back garden. I have a video with the hotbed.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be doing one with seed starter trays.
Yes.
All that may be within 2 weeks. It ain't going to be this week.
No, we've got so many videos.
I got to do the smokehouse or everybody's going to be on my case.
Yeah.
Y'all will just get planting after I get the smokehouse done.
We have already planted our English peas, if y'all need to know. We planted them last week and this week.
Yeah.
We have, let's see what else we done. We got the ground ready for our snap beans. We got the row cover down for a lot of stuff. So we've been working very hard. We're short, what was it, 3 or 4 cattle panels?
3 at least.
3 cattle panels we were short, so we got to wait till we can get the money to get some cattle panels with. And we're going to put them on our English peas. We put down drip irrigation on everything we've done, so we've been really busting it. We've been planting trees. We're doing all kinds of stuff. Where do you buy your 824 turnip 24 fertilizer for your peas? Val, we just buy it at the local hardware. I mean, a local feed store here.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have it. They keep plenty of it.
Yeah, we planted 8 trees yesterday, wasn't it?
8. Yes, we planted 8 fruit trees yesterday. We got probably 40 more to go.
Yeah, they haven't come in yet.
Yeah.
We are steadily adding these trees because, what did you say? It is the future. Trees are the future.
Trees are the future. You may not get to harvest from them. I may not get to harvest from them, but they're the future. Somebody planted, if there's a fruit tree on your property and it's growing, somebody planted it ahead of you.
We are going to be hand milking.
We'll be hand milking, Delane. I've hand milked my whole life.
We don't have a mechanical anything. Do you graft different types of fruit on your trees?
Yes.
If so, how?
Most of my trees are grafted trees that I grafted. As a matter of fact, these we planted here, was it yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I will be topping them, and I will be saving the scions off of the trees that I top and putting them in the refrigerator in the barn, so that when my local trees here begin to bud out, I will be grafting these onto the wild stock that we have here.
Yeah. Do wild onions look different than regular garden onions? Don't they look smaller?
You won't know until they bloom.
Really?
Prep Studying with Disabilities. Danny, do y'all pray for your plants when you plant them? I pray that I can get them planted. And I do pray for, every morning I pray here at the house, I do pray for our crops. I pray for our animals and everything, so that they will produce and produce abundantly.
Yeah. Someone gave us walking onion tops. I put them in the fridge. When should we plant them?
Walking onions can be planted now as long as the ground ain't froze.
Okay, 20 fruit trees today. Have run out of space to plant more.
Oh, Mr. John.
He's like us. He's steadily adding.
I probably got 40 more fruit trees coming, and I don't care. I'm sticking them. I planted these closer together than it said. It said to place them 15 feet apart. I put these about 12 feet apart. So I'll keep them pruned back if I have to. I don't care if they grow into each other. I mean, I just want trees.
Yeah.
Chip says, what?
Negate the deep state said, Danny saw you on Adapt 2030.
Oh, yeah. Me and David Devine did a video. We actually did several videos together there.
What height and width of
what height and width cattle panels? They're 16 feet long, 51 inches high.
Yeah.
Country Homestead Preacher, hello. Mimsy's Garden says, hey guys, listening but tending to my mom.
All right. ever thought about beauty berries?
Guys,
Danny kills every beauty berry.
don't even talk to me about beauty berries. We have them things not by the dozens, not by the hundreds, but by the millions. And I just can't keep them bush hogged down.
That and yopons.
That and yopons. Beauty berries, yopons, smilaxes,
and what's the yellow jasmine?
And jasmines. Oh my God, yellow jasmine. I have that by the truckloads.
Yes. So beauty berries, no. We have them everywhere.
No.
You can get rid of them and they're back. I mean, that's just, oh man.
I'm telling you.
They're everywhere. All right. That was great on David's show. That was Janet.
Thank you, Janet.
What trees did you plant? That's Sharon.
What trees did we plant? We planted apple trees. We planted about 4 or 5 different varieties of apples. And we planted
a crab
apple plus two different pear trees.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to go pick up 3 more trees Monday. And then we have a whole shipment of trees coming in the very near future. They are all different varieties of apples, oranges, blueberries, peaches, plums. They're all of them.
Howdy, Bo and Doe, the Prepsteaders in a subdivision.
Hello.
They sent me a message. Actually, she sent me 2. She sent me these cute cards, and it's not here right now. It's in the other room. But I am enjoying it. They are cute, cute cards.
Oh, my word. Chip, you're going to be broke before the night's over.
Thank you, Chip. Yeah, that would do 3, maybe 4 cattle panels.
Depends on where we get them at. If we get 4, if we get them at the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be just
4.
enough.
That'd finish it, yeah. That would.
Thank you so much. Jacob said, I planted Honeycrisp seeds. If you plant Honeycrisp seeds, you won't get a Honeycrisp tree. You'll get an apple tree, but it won't be a Honeycrisp. It'll just be a wild apple.
Where are we getting our trees from? These they come from
a local hardware store, which come out of Wilmer, Alabama. Turner, is it Turner?
I think Turner something.
Turner Nursery.
Yeah, Turner Nursery in something. Wilmer,
Alabama.
And we're getting some more.
And we're getting some from Gurney's.
Gurney's.
We have several. We're getting Gurney's. Will citrus trees survive the winter in Arkansas? They will, but you'll probably have to put them in pots where you can bring them indoors and take them outdoors when it warms up.
Okay. Ever seen seed sprout in the freezer? No.
No, if the seed sprouts in the freezer, your freezer ain't cold enough.
The I am of me, she said, I'm so grateful I joined you tonight. The world is bringing me down. You guys are awesome.
Hang in there, I am of me. Don't let the world bring you down. Look,
see this little bluebird back here?
There's stuff happening all the time.
She's the one that sent the bluebird.
I remember she's the one, and thank you so much for it, because we see it every time we come in the room here. And look, don't let the events of the world get you down, because if you're over on Patreon, I talk about a lot of these world events over there, because the place in the world over there where the people are getting sick all the time, there's a reason for that happening. It's like today, they just have a new episode that happened over there in the world, in the place where the people are sick all the time. Now they have the avian chicken virus is back running rampant over there, and they've got to kill millions of chickens again. So, guys, there's an agenda. Whoever controls the food controls the people.
Ashley, I didn't get your message. We were just talking about you. Danny says, I wanted to know what happened
to Dean and Ashley. I said, oh my God, I miss them so much. I said, did they move away? I mean, I knew y'all were talking about moving, and I said, they probably moved off and didn't even tell me.
I'll have to check for a message. I have not seen it, and I'm not sure, which I've got a new phone. And so that's been a little bit of a trying to figure everything out.
Nicole, yes, the recommendation for seed, Hoss Tool Seed Company. Should be a link in the description, right?
Yes, Hoss Tools.
Hoss Tools.
Yes, most of all our
going so fast I can't keep up.
Yeah, I can't read all of them. Do y'all grow indoors at all? No.
No. Only thing we grow indoors in the greenhouse.
Well, I got a couple of plants in there, but one of them's a candy corn plant that's going to the cabin this year. Jenna from Life and Farmland sent it to me from, is she in Minnesota? Life and Farmland?
Yes, northern Minnesota. Well, apple trees grow in Arizona. Yes, apple trees will grow in Arizona.
It's still growing and producing buds, so I've got a candy corn plant going. Thank you for putting the picture I sent. You
gotta stay up high and come down.
Oh.
Suggestions on growing fruit trees in clay soil. Dig a giant hole, make sure you mend the soil well, and then you can plant the tree in it and give it time to grow. Keep it watered though.
Tubular Guy 9 was saying about the picture. Thank you. He's the one that sent that picture.
Yes.
And Ashley closes on land Monday. Yes.
Okay. Is it where you said, Ashley?
Or somewhere else?
Or is it somewhere else? Because if it is, we're sure going to miss you guys.
We're hoping it's closer.
I hope it's close, though.
Okay. Put a Tupperware of ice in the freezer. Put a penny on top of the ice. If the penny sinks over time, you have a thawing issue in your freezer.
Ah, Chip, that's some good advice.
Mine freezes really, really well.
Our refrigerator freezes.
Well, actually, our ice chest freezes.
Our ice chest freezes. I went to cook Wanda's eggs over at the cabin the other morning because she brings the ice chest over there, and I opened the egg up and cracked the hull, and it just fell out in the bowl. In the skillet, and just rolled around as a block of ice.
I got up, and he says, I hope your egg's okay because it was frozen.
Prairie Girl says, Danny, we have slight condensation in one corner of our root cellar ceiling. What can we do? If you have condensation in one corner of your root cellar ceiling, that means that corner must be a little bit higher than where the vent pipe goes out at.
Eagle Lover, I do have shrimp plants. Danny had some when I got here, and we have 2 good-sized shrimp plants that have made it through the winter.
45 minutes north of us. They're up.
Yes!
Oh, yes! You're not that far away. Yes.
Awesome. Ashley, I'm just proud. That's awesome. The flu is rampant here, Carlton family. I think Gemini Homestead has the flu, or at least she's been exposed to it. Not
feeling good. I know.
Hey, Broussards and Christy Betts, I see, just popped in. I'm trying to think. We're kind of at a loss today because we're just kind of thinking about the Super Bowl. Y'all, we don't do Super Bowl. I'm sorry. That Super Bowl is about as big as, that's about it. That's the Super Bowl for us.
Meanie Beaver said, I grew up believing marshmallows grew on bushes like cotton until I was about 10 years old. Danny, I have sweet potatoes sprouted about 8 inches. Will you tell me how to plant them in a bucket until weather gets right to put them in the ground? Well, you're going to have to, first of all, pull the slips off of the potatoes. And then you can just push them down in a bucket in some dirt. They'll start rooting.
Yeah, even though they've got some on them, you can take those off and put it in there.
Big Wave Florida says, how is the Smokehouse? I really enjoy your knowledge on this topic and your curing bacon videos. Technically, the Smokehouse is already built, but we're having to edit the videos and get them out to you. It's coming along beautiful. I think you'll be amazed when you see it.
And we're going to start probably doing the bacon video sometime this week, right? So we'll be ready to smoke next week.
Carlton says there's 3 schools closed in their area because of the flu.
Yeah.
Many people in Southeast Michigan are sick too.
How far are we from Brownsboro? I don't know where Brownsboro is.
I don't know where Brownsboro is, Thomas. I have no clue.
We are in Mississippi.
We're about 30 miles north of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So wherever Brownsboro is from that, you can figure it.
Yes, remember Philip Stokes' family.
Yes, the Stokes family. We'll remember them at the end about prayer.
Yes, Miss Phyllis passed away. She was a YouTube lady that put up lots and lots of videos. I don't know if she'd put up any recently, but I used to watch her off and on.
Let's see here.
Cindy says she doesn't do Super Bowl either.
No, I don't watch Super Bowl. I don't watch football. I don't watch the halftime. I played some football, but
that's been a long
man, that was back when I was a teenager. You know what I mean? Football just was different back then. Now there's so many rules, and people's trying to find a way to, to get around the rules and everything. It's just a mess.
Kicking Ash, ASH Homestead.
Yeah, I say they comment quite often.
There is going to be 70 tomorrow where they're at. That means a garden prepping day. That's what we done today.
Well, today we did it, but it was like 55 degrees 1 minute and 75 the next.
Do you know of an herb that is antiviral? I can't take anything that boosts my immune system, and I can't afford any oils. Garlic.
Garlic is antiviral. Onions are antiviral. What else?
I miss seeing Amanda at Freedom Acres. Is she okay? Yes.
She's fine. She's just doing her thing.
She was over here
yesterday or
day
before. Was it?
I lost track of days.
It was either yesterday or the day before yesterday.
She's trying to get a lot of stuff together and get in. She wanted to video some, but like us, the dogs are barking a lot. And y'all are going to hear dogs barking, and I don't know how many videos over the next few weeks, but there's nothing I can do about it. And she doesn't like to video if the dogs are barking. And the last 4 to 5 days, it's been almost continuous.
Been nonstop for the last 4 or 5 days. Broussard said they got some Danny corn from Prepstead Ball.
Yes. Good.
Better get ready to put the nitrogen to it, Broussard. Man, it's going so fast. I can't even.
My eyes are rolling.
I know I'm having to sit here. I'm trying to follow it as it goes up like that,
Oregano is a good herb to have on hand too for antiviral. If you if you can grow antiviral. Ginger is really good for this to help with the stomach and things like that.
Yeah.
And y'all, I can't say anything about the OILs because that's what got me in trouble last week. I had to pull that down because of that. I can talk about the herbs all day long. That's my prerogative.
Yeah.
Silver. Colloidal silver is something that you should have on hand.
Colloidal silver kills viruses and bacteria, yes.
If you don't have any way to make it, you can buy it, but try to get... It's really hard with silver to know if it's a good silver or not. I studied up on this a lot years ago, and you really want a really good, strong silver, so it would probably be about the 500 to 1,000 parts per million. These 5 and 10 parts per million in stores may do and may not. People have different opinions on that.
Can't you slow the feed down? Yes, I can slow it down. I really can.
Yes, the Aldermans did a video this afternoon. Patty and Tommy are planning on being at the gathering. So if you're coming to the gathering, you should be able to see Alderman Farms.
Two Girls Homestead said, did y'all ever finish the RV? No, we actually gave it to Golfsmania Homestead. We just gave it to them to take home and to use and to fix for themselves.
They had wanted to get it ready to bring to the gathering, but they said they will not get it done in time. So
Jade, we tried the ultrasonic dog barking thing. We paid $150 for this thing. Didn't even do any good. The dogs didn't even know it was even on. They're so loud till it didn't even affect them.
What's the best way to take silver? Lots of people just take a spoonful, but you can put it in water, you can put it in juice, whatever. They're saying thyme is antiviral, yes. There's lots of your herbs are, so
hello, Lisa.
Having a supply of herbs is like having your own little stash.
Scratch May said, I just messaged you. Was it talking about you or somebody else?
I hear my phone.
I hear her phone going off in there.
It's in yonder.
It's in yonder. We don't bring the phone in here with us when we're doing that.
I'll have to check it in a little bit. So there's our friend Scratch May.
Mimsy's Garden says Amy Fuel got nailed about the oils too, so she's no longer an advocate.
Well, I kind of I'm still a wellness advocate, but if you want to talk about oils, you have to message me. That's all I can say.
I don't know, post-name disabilities, if colloidal silver boosts the immune system. I don't think it does. I think it just kills viruses and stuff, don't it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think it actually boosts the immune system.
Well, I can talk about oils all day long. It's the way I talked about the oils.
Yeah,
I can't tell you that the oils are good for anything.
Yeah.
The oils are to boost your immune system. I can say you can boost your immune system. I can say that they give you good health. I just can't say a certain oil is good for anything.
Yeah.
So it's the way you say things, and that's what they get you for, and that's what I got.
Where did you get the silver? Jennifer or Donnie, whichever one it is, we make our own. We have the silver rods. I built her a silver generator, and we make our own colloidal silver.
Yeah, and is the silver real? You have to have 99.99% pure silver. Do not get anything less, because lots of times when you order silver, just silver, it'll have something added into it, and you don't want that in your system. Make sure it is 99.99% pure silver. And we get ours from a jewelry store, it's like a jewelry thing that sells pure silver.
Lake Effect said he uses the colloidal silver for Lyme disease.
Yes.
Set up a different YouTube channel so that YouTube doesn't crush this one. Look, we've thought about, actually we do have other YouTube channel names. We use them for other purposes, but we don't.
I have Crazy Days, and then we have a couple of one other one.
We have a couple of other ones that we don't even tell people about that we use.
Yeah. Do we have a video on making silver? Yes.
Yes, we do. We have a video on that.
And the machine.
And the machine, and how to build the machine. That's right.
So was that considered prescribing? Yes.
Yes.
And I said I wasn't a doctor, but the way I said things was what was the problem. What are we starting to plant soon? Well, we've done planted.
We've done planted.
But we still have to plant potatoes.
Well, we've planted some potatoes.
Yeah.
But we have about 8 or 9 more different varieties coming, which is starting to aggravate me because we're going to be late, because we got to cut them and let them cure for several days and before we can even get them in the ground. And if they don't come in the next few days, then we're really going to be screwed, because they're going to be too late getting up.
Yeah. All right. Crazy Days. Okay, Gemini's putting up my channel. So if you're not subscribed, y'all only like 110 people getting to 7,000. I have been sitting on 6,000 something for like almost a year. So 110 people go subscribe to Crazy Days and put me over 7,000. That would be nice tonight.
Active agent. Hey.
Hey, girl. Are we seeing you in March? I think she's planning on coming to the gathering.
Do we apply potash to our potato beds? Jade says. I put potash to everything.
You need to try those purple potatoes. Those are excellent fried up. We are planning.
We have 2 different varieties of purple potatoes coming. Thank you, Jade. Not Jade. Rhonda. Thank you, Rhonda, for becoming a Patreon member this week.
Yes. John Henderson's waiting on his house potatoes too.
Yep.
Have you noticed a difference in the new grow lights in the greenhouse?
Yes, they're extremely bright. Everything in there is doing fine.
Yes. Where are you? We're getting our seed potatoes from Hoss Tools.
Our first ones came off of Amazon from a seed company. But our next ones are coming from Hoss Tool, and plus we may have some coming from a local store here in town, plus our own.
Yeah. Danny's planting potatoes. He's turning into a potato king here. Plus the sweet potatoes.
They said Hoss's potatoes won't be in until the end of this coming week.
Yeah. Several of them are waiting on Hoss Tools.
Potatoes planted now will be ready when? For us, JJ, will be probably in May, but we'll have to harvest ours in May.
Yeah.
But if we have to keep waiting, I don't know if it's going to work out for us or not.
Thank you, Evelyn. She went and subbed to Crazy Days. Sweet potatoes, the leaves are great in salads. Yes.
Yes.
Danny actually got some started in the hotbed today.
I got some put in the hotbed today to grow slips. Scratchmate said they're checking into Hoss Tools. I'll tell you what, We love our Hoss tools. As a matter of fact, I use them every time I go to the garden. I use some of their products somewhere, somehow.
Do you have videos on how to start a homestead, especially on where to look for land?
Uh,
I don't think we've
I
got
have
just
videos about land. I have videos about surviving off the land and things like that, which all
and
of
we
them
talk about it off and on, but not a
I
specific.
don't have a specific video, but all of my living off the land videos apply to looking for a homestead.
Yeah. Just had Doc sub to Crazy Days. Thank you, D.
If you want to see Mr. Danny with more freedom to share topics, check out Patreon. Thank you, Gemini.
Okay.
I get my taters from the Amish, Travis says.
I see several people said they went and subbed to Crazy Days. Yes, active agent's coming. Yes. So we get to see her again this year. Y'all, she's made it to the gathering. This will be
Jude,
third
no.
year?
Jude, no, they're not the same. Yes, this will be her
remember.
third year.
I think third year making it. Lots of people. Thank you. Y'all might get me close to the 7,000. That would help. Cindy says they're driving up to Hoss Tools as soon as the seed potatoes are in. She's going to go get hers.
Scratchmate said, my potatoes in tubs froze. If I had cut the leaves, would they have made it? It depends. Well,
In a bucket.
in a tub, probably not. But in the ground, yes, they would have made it in the ground.
I've cut mine off 3 times and they still come back out and grow. And I don't know about this last time. They've died back last week, so we'll see if they come back out. But some of them are still green.
In the ground, I know they'll come back. But in tubs, I don't know if the potato inside the dirt will actually freeze or not.
Papa Truck said his third year too. See?
Huh?
Papa Truck, third year coming to the game.
Yes, it's his third year, yes.
Yeah. Let's see.
DS8 said, what was that?
I don't know where you're at.
Thanks. I thought in one of your videos you said to buy Arkansas or down south.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Anything above the 45th parallel, they're saying in the coming years is not going to be able to grow any food at all, hardly, unless it's done in a climate-controlled environment because of the weather.
Yeah. Thank you, 169 Chevy.
Oh, 169 Chevy. Yes, we appreciate it.
We're going, Thomas says they're going to a YouTube meetup in Oklahoma. I haven't heard about that one. I know there's a bunch going on because we're in March, and after that, there's just a line
There's a whole line of them.
Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, at our gathering, we are giving away tickets to the Homesteaders of America conference in October.
Yes.
Nunda's going to be there, and she's going to be giving away a couple of tickets. So if you're planning on going to the Homestead of America, or you think you would want to, she's going to have a certain thing for you to put your name in, and if you win the tickets, you get to get in free at the Homestead of America in Virginia in October.
Yes. If y'all want to do a video on purchasing land, let me know. Okay?
We have looked at a lot of land because we didn't know if we want. Danny wants some flat land somewhere, but we don't get what we get. You know, we couldn't find anything that would work for what we need.
Okay. Only meetups we can attend this year are the Shindig and the Bayou Bash.
That's Broussard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outlaw Annie says she thought she was subbed to Crazy Days, but just went and looked and she wasn't.
The OK thing is with the Keeping It Dutch channel and affiliates. I don't know what they're even talking about. So.
Oh, Oklahoma.
Oh, the Oklahoma thing. Okay.
Let's see.
I don't keep up with Dutch or any of them, so I don't have any clue about that.
Do we have a freeze dryer? No.
No, we do not. Ask your friend to join this chat. Almost 450 people.
Wow.
Now let's see here.
That happened to me, Outlaw Annie. I was unsubbed too. Yeah, lots of times they'll unsub you if you don't go very often.
Travis says, what state are you in again, guys? We're in South Mississippi.
Yeah. Flatland is hard to find that does not flood. Yes.
That is very true. That is very, very true.
Or has Kogon grass.
Or has Kogon grass if you're in Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia.
Yeah, stuff like that. People are looking to move out of cities. Yeah.
Pray for Virginia and the Second Amendment. Cindy, I said I wasn't going into this tonight. I guess I better not.
No, just
over on Patreon, I have some things to say about that.
Wondering if buying a home freeze dryer would be a good investment. They're very pricey.
They are, and they make a lot of noise.
And two, from what we were told, we had 2 different people had one. They hold only a small amount of food, and it takes like 24 hours.
Running?
I don't know. You better check it out because I do hear something. Maybe
What's this computer?
It's a computer. Okay.
Okay, this computer's starting to run. The fan's starting to blow. I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
So the freeze dryer takes a lot of time, makes a lot of noise for a small amount of food, but we have one friend that used it pretty religiously for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know if she still has it. I haven't talked to her lately about it. She freeze dried a lot of stuff. And then we had one friend that it just was a lot of annoyance for them.
Danny, why do you say Arkansas and South? Southern Missouri too far north?
Southern Missouri's in that range, isn't it?
The line is right at Southern Missouri. So you're right at the critical line for the grand solar minimum crops and stuff like that, failures and successes and things. I mean, it's possible that it might work, but there's that little bit of a discrepancy there that is the reason I make that comment. Pray that 5G is stopped. I wish that was true, but the UN has made a proposal that by 2025, every country in the world must be on board with 5G.
All right, Tammy's saying freeze dryers aren't worth it. They take up a lot of electricity and take forever to do your food, 48 hours at least, and sometimes you've got to go longer because they had one and had to get rid of it.
Well, that's what the person who had one told us.
Yeah, I like dehydrating.
Yeah.
You know.
Prairie Girl said she dehydrated pineapples this week.
Oh, I love.
We love our homegrown pineapples.
Yeah. I have an Excalibur dehydrator, and it has 9 trays. It takes a lot to fill up 9 trays. I'm gonna tell you because they're big trays. You can dehydrate a lot of stuff. And I guess if I had to say anything about which was our favorite would be apples and the tomatoes that I do like pizza tomatoes.
Chip says they're already in 6G. Yes, Chip. As a matter of fact, they plan on going all the way to 10. Anything above 5 messes with the cell structure of plants, trees, humans. And don't be surprised about what I'm fixing to tell you. If I can make this sound right. The country that has all the sick people in it, they put 5G online a few years ago, and all their swine are dying. They now have chickens dying everywhere. They now have people with viruses breaking down. It's breaking down the immune systems and everything. So let that sink in just a minute and see.
Yeah.
The IMME says, yes, it kills the immune system. And in the country with all the sick people, have 5G on board. So,
yeah.
Is there a connection with 5G and ear ringing, aka tinnitus? Valerie, they're saying there is a link to it, but I can't say one way or the other whether that's absolutely true or not. There we live, like my porch time was a couple of weeks ago, we're being trained by noises. And when you get where there's no noise, like at our off-grid cabin, all I hear is my ears ringing.
But I love it. It's so quiet. I don't hear his ears ringing.
You ain't right.
I had to. Uh,
Oh man. Oh well. Okay, if you are in the plains, that's a little iffy. Taney County on the south and the hills is good.
I think
Okay.
he's talking about Missouri.
Missouri, yeah, he
Yes.
is.
How do you
I-
protect yourself from 5G? Yeah, it's going to be
There's
everywhere.
well, according to a scientist in Sweden that I deal with regularly, 5G can be blocked by two things that they know of. One is dirt, and the other one is wet green leaves. That's why we're planting magnolia trees all around our property and around our cabin.
Yes, somebody said Ice Age Farmer put up a good video today. Yes. His was
Christian
good.
did. Yeah, Christian did put up a good video today.
Um, and somebody asked about it being out in the country. We already have.
You can drive anywhere out in the country, and they're already on the telephone poles. 5G doesn't travel like FM or AM waves over and around hills like that. 5G travels in line of sight, so they have to cut down anything that's in the line of sight in order to make it work.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
Charlotte says, "I would love a cabin in the middle of 100 acres."
Yeah.
Steve Norman says, "Are you an expert
On what?
on what?"
Are we expert? No, on
I'm
nothing.
what do people say? I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. But I am an expert in a lot of things, though. I'm an expert carpenter. I'm an expert marksman. There's several things that I am.
The state tree of Mississippi is the magnolia. And we just planted 50, 60 magnolia trees on our property.
Yeah, around 50 or 60 on our property.
And there are good health benefits or uses for magnolia. And I hope to do a video on that sometime soon on Crazy Days. It's just that this one's keeping me very busy right now. And we are working in the cabin a little bit in between all this other stuff we're doing. We had a subscriber, bless us, he wanted to help with the kitchen cabinets. So I have top kitchen cabinets right now. And we're going to start on the bottom.
As soon as I get all the lights under the cabinets and stuff, the 12-volt lights and everything, when I get all that done, then where I don't have to be climbing over cabinets to do the work, we'll start the bottom ones. Thanks to this subscriber who helped fund that.
It is changing the whole appearance in there, and it is looking great. And so, I mean, I even put the clear finish on a couple of the frames today, and Danny got them put up earlier.
Rita says, "Are you in Mississippi or Missouri?" Mississippi, if you're talking to us.
Yes, Mississippi.
Good night, Ms. Gemini.
Chip says, "Get land, pay it off if you can't build on it now. At least pay the land off."
Yeah, that's true. Always pay your land off, man. I mean, don't ever borrow money against your land, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Where do you buy your 12-volt lights? I've been looking and can't find any nice ones.
Where we go? Off Amazon somewhere.
Yeah, ours are not fancy.
They're not fancy lights now. They're just plain 12-volt lights.
Night, Miss Lippy. Yeah, some of the lights we got, the 12-volt, you just got regular, like, dome lights for a RV or something?
I just bought regular RV lights to go in the cabin because all I was interested in is I'm not looking for any specific thing, because the truth of the matter is my cabin is wired for 110, and I'm fixing to put some videos up here shortly showing how to hook a lithium battery generator. They call them solar generators, but I'm going to call them a lithium battery generator, to the 110 system in a house and run the lights on them. All of our lights are LED, very low LED, but high lumen, so that we are able to light the thing.
Chip asked, do we have a clear door on the Excalibur? No. Ours has got the solid door.
MT Pocket says, "I call BS on the 45th parallel predictions. Who made it? Greta?" No, Greta didn't make this. It's actually put out by several reputable scientists, and you don't have to believe me. I don't care. I don't live there, so I don't care, to be honest with you. I'm just telling you what the scientists that are reputable scientists are saying. I'm not calling any names because I don't have their permission to, but they email me all the time, and they are top dog people on the grand solar minimum and what's going on with the sun.
Yeah. All right.
It's easier to borrow money for land than a building. Yes, it's a whole lot easier to borrow money for land. When you go to borrow money for buildings, you got to talk about codes, you got to talk about building inspections, permits, I mean, septic systems, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Charlotte's Rub-a-Dub, good night. It's actually after 9.
Oh, is it? Oh.
He's having such a good time.
I'm having a blast here, man. I don't even bother me. Yeah, me says $3 is a small price to pay for Patreon. I love supporting them. They aren't like some of the greedy people who are trading money for insight and information on YouTube. No, we just do 3 times as low as we go, just $3.
Yeah.
We don't have a tier thing set up where you got to do 5 for this, or 10 for that, or 20 for this, or 100 for that. No, it's just $3. Everybody pays $3. Everybody gets the same information.
And it's just our way of.
We don't keep a dime of it for ourselves personally. Yeah. It all goes to the cabin.
Yeah.
To the building of the cabin, and that's all we use it for. And most of our videos, as you'll see on my porch time this week, most of the videos we shoot are done at the cabin. You may not realize it, but about 95% of our videos are shot at the cabin. They're starting to be. Yeah. Around the cabin somewhere. Rita says, are we in a solar minimum? Yes, we're in the beginning phases of the grand solar minimum, which happens about once every 400 years. Let's see. Kickin' Ash says, I'm staying up late just to listen to your advice. Lisa said they just became patrons. Thank you. That's great. I thought magnolias need a lot of water, Cindy said. Well, Cindy, ours is called the D.D. Blanchards. They're actually made to grow on hilltops and everything. So they're not the old-timey swamp magnolias. But they will need watering till they get a certain size. They will need. Yeah. But our land here, the water table at our land is only like 10 feet low, and so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Outlaw Annie, Marion County Homestead preacher between Gwen and Winfield. Okay. I'm not sure how long have you been living off grid and why? We don't live off grid. We actually have a house that is on grid, and we put an off-grid cabin on the back of our property, which we did not intend for it to be off-grid to start with, but then we decided we did not want to have them plow through our land and taking all our trees down to put it, so we decided to go off-grid. And the more we look into solar, the better we like it, more than the electricity. Solar will do whatever we need, and so we are there when we can be there, sometimes 2 or 3 weeks at a time on our off-grid cabin, but most of the time we're here working on things. Anna Kinder says, what is 5G? Around our area, central Ohio, we see a lot of pine trees and a few other trees are turning brown and dying. 5G is a technology that the military has used since the 60s. It was actually called something different back then, but it is a frequency in which is used for, a lot of it's used for mind control. A lot of it's used like in Desert Storm when we went in, when you saw the people come with their hands up in the air, they were shooting a 5G beam out through there. It literally demoralizes the human body. The mind, it destroys the mind. I could go into so much stuff about that. That's enough. There's one that's bumping me here telling me. It's time for us to put up prayer requests anyway. Yeah. What to expect in a grand solar minimum? Extreme weather, chaotic weather. When it's hot, it will be hotter. When it's cold, it will be colder, longer than it normally is. More storms. More storms, worse storms. Just
It'll vary.
it will vary when the sunspots on the sun.
Tell them about today. That was really crazy.
Well, let me finish what I'm saying. There's not very many sunspots showing up on the sun. When that happens, the geomagnetic field around the Earth collapses and then allows more radiation from the sun to get into the Earth because its shields are down. We experienced that today. The temperature outside today was a 55 degrees, and the wind was blowing probably 15 miles an hour. And Wanda and I, 1 minute, was literally burning up trying to get into a t-shirt. 20 minutes later, we was putting on a jacket. And then an hour after that, we're back in t-shirts. An hour after that, we're back into jackets again. And it just kept flip-flopping back and forth. As the clouds would come over, it would do one thing. And when the sun come back out, it would do something else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was we were both about to burn up. And
Yeah.
so we had gone to t-shirts, and then got really, really cold. I was like, okay, got to find a jacket.
Yeah.
And t-shirts for the gathering. Deep South, I don't know if y'all can see it. This is the gathering t-shirt. Last week I messed up. I thought that everything was okay that you could order. I forgot to click one button. And so it took me a day or so to figure it out. So if anybody tried to order t-shirts last week, I got messages that were several people said they were trying to order. I hope I got back with all of you, but reorder. Go in now. They're there. Wear them to the gathering and be entered into some drawing.
Janet, we the people says more rain in the grow belt. Well, the intertropical convergence zone in certain parts of the world is actually moving north, especially over Africa and parts of Asia, which is allowing the deserts over there to become wet, and they're beginning to grow and to flourish. And a lot of countries know that, and they're trying to buy the land up over there. Where can we get information on the grand solar minimum? Valentina Zarkova, abrupt earth changes.
Adapt 2030.
Adapt 2030.
Ice Age Farmer.
Ice Age Farmer. Oppenheimer Ranch.
There's another one.
Well, Sasha Dobler, but he's abrupt earth changes.
Yeah.
He's a scientist in Sweden. These are just some places to start. Do not believe any of the mainstream media on that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, over on Patreon, I have a video up we put up today, I believe it was, explaining what the government is trying to do to YouTube and to people like us who are trying to do YouTube. We're really having to walk a tightrope now, and it's not the COPA laws. It's not anything to do with that. It's this is even worse.
Yeah, some of the comments he read over there.
Some of the things I read that were quotes from people, you would blow your socks off.
And we can't say anything here, so BP Earthwatch is okay.
Yeah. BP is okay.
BP.
Jesse's a good guy. Jesse knows what he's talking about. But Jesse's already had one channel pulled.
Yeah. And if you're interested in the earthquakes,
Dutch Sense.
But now he has taken his channel, it's not down, but Dutch Sense doesn't go live on it like he used to, showing the earthquakes in real time. He said he would come on only when there was a problem now. And he has another way you can get to him. So you could go to his channel and probably find out if you're interested in the earthquakes.
Can you post sites on Deep South Homestead on where to find info on the grand solar minimum? We just mentioned.
Well, the deal is if we post too terribly much from now on, we have to watch what we say and do.
As a matter of fact, the grand solar minimum is what the United States government is trying to.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
I gotta watch what I'm saying. Yeah, because they'll.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. You got to go over to Patreon to find out.
It's all about the weather.
It's all about the weather. It's over at Patreon.
You don't want to talk about it a whole lot coming up. That's the deal.
Thanks, Lou, for joining up with us.
All right. He went to Twitch. Okay, that was it. I knew there was one of the others.
Yeah.
All right, so that just gives you a few places to check out. And And like I say, if you go over to Adapt 2030 and Ice Age Farmer are two of them that post pretty regular on all this.
Eagle Lover says, can't you go to USGS? You can, to find out about earthquakes and all that kind of stuff. And they talk about some of the climate issues there, but not anything deep.
We're just going to try to keep Deep South as much gardening, DIYs, things like that. We're just gonna have fun.
I've got to keep Deep South, like I'll be talking about on Porch Time this week. I got to keep it a certain way in order to keep from getting our channel pulled, because if they pull my channel, then you guys will not see me anymore, and we don't want that to happen.
We want to be able to fellowship with you. We want to be able to show you things, whether you get anything out of it, or you get a laugh out of it, or you just enjoy being our friend. That's what we enjoy.
All these guys on these other channels that we mentioned, you know, Ice Age Farmer Christian's a friend of ours. DAP 2030, David Dubai is a friend of ours. Oppenheimer Ranch, friend of ours. You know, all these places like this, these are all friends of ours. Abrupt Earth Changes, Sasha Dobler. These guys contact us. We contact them. We share information back and forth between one another. They're just good people.
All right.
Okay, we're way past our time.
Yes.
If y'all have any prayer requests or anything like that, you know, go ahead and keep them coming up. And yes, Cindy is right. Earthquakes and volcano eruptions are a sign of the grand solar minimum.
Yeah.
We're at the point where we may be getting close to having a pole shift even on top of all that.
And we want to thank Chip and the other two. I can't remember the names, but I do remember Chip.
Remember Chip, yes,
and
for
the other two that did super chats tonight. That was awesome. So thank you guys.
That really makes it possible for Wanda and I to move forward a little bit more with our gardening preparations.
All right, so I've seen several put up their prayer request. If you want to, let's pray. And
guys, let me say something here. This week, Wanda and I lost our next door neighbor, a young woman. She left behind a husband and some small kids. She was killed in a car accident right up the road from our house right here. Wanda and I come up on the scene right after it happened. They were our next door neighbor, and I know that she will be missed tremendously. Her family will miss her. It was kind of a shock to everybody, just one of those freak automobile accidents that took her life at a very young age. I think she was probably in her late 30s, maybe early 40s. And it's just, I don't know, it's just when people, the world is just crazy with drivers out there today, guys. You know, I mean, it was horrible the way it happened, but I want to keep this family in prayer because they are my neighbors, and I know that that the husband will dearly miss his wife, and the kids will miss their mother. It's sad when you lose someone that's right next door to you. I mean, and they're literally right behind us.
Anybody that's come here passes their house coming in. It's the big pretty house before you get to ours.
Yeah.
And so some of you would recognize the house.
Yeah.
So we just asked them for prayers. And I saw someone else said that they lost a sister-in-law and a classmate last week in accidents.
Yeah, so, it's we, you know, like when I lost my wife before Wanda, it's I'm probably going to wait to even spend any time around this neighbor till a couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks after everything's kind of calmed down, because it's during that time when someone needs somebody else, you know, when everybody's gone and things seem to calm down. Okay, but we'll go ahead and pray since we're running so late tonight. Okay, Father, we're so thankful that you've been good to us. You gave us a great chat tonight. Lord, thank you for the gifts. That blows us away that someone is so generous, Father. And we want to ask that you bless them immensely for having shared their finances with us, Lord. And Father, we think about there's people on here tonight said they have a problem with their finances. I pray for them, Lord, that you would bless them, help them to be able to get their finances in order, to be able to do the things that they need to do. And Lord, there are ones on here tonight mentioning that they had different illnesses, and I even saw some cancer and some different things, Lord. I pray for them, Father, that they can find healing for their bodies now so that they can get back to a normal life. And Father, they can have the enjoyment of life back and have good health again. And we noticed one of our moderators, Miss Lippy, is saying that she might be come in contact with the flu. We pray that you would heal her body tonight, Lord, and give her rest, and be with Mr. Buddy so that he can take care of her. And Father, there are those that that's looking for homesteads we know of right now that's trying to purchase homesteads, and we pray that you will be with them, that everything will go well with them, Father, that they'll be able to get to their homesteads. And Lord, this viral thing that they're pushing across the world right now, I'm praying for all those that are in harm's way tonight, that you would watch over them. And Father, I pray for all of our livestock and everything here in this country, that you would keep all of our livestock safe. And Father, for those of us who have crops out, I'm praying that our crops would stay healthy and strong, and our food sources might remain viable and not be broken down. And the swarms of locusts that have hit Africa, Lord, I pray that you keep them over there. Don't let them come to our country. But Father, be with those people that have to face that kind of stuff. And Lord, there's just everything is skyrocketing right now. And I pray that you give us the wisdom to be able to see beyond the smoke screens that are put up and the false flags, and to be able to see the things that's really going on in this world, Lord. I pray for our president and this fake impeachment thing that they have going on. I pray that, Lord, all this will just blow over and it'll actually become a benefit to him rather than a harm to him. And Lord, just we have so many wicked people in our government that I pray that you would remove the wicked people and give us good people, Father. And Lord, help us to all rest comfortable tonight. Go with us through the night. Bless whatever our hands touch. And Father, grant all of us the blessings of obedience and the fruits of the Spirit. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay.
Okay, something just popped in my mind, then it just went.
Oh.
I forgot. What was it?
Don't ever ask me to look into a female's mind, because I know that ain't going to happen.
Oh. I don't even remember now. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
Whatever it was.
It is what it is.
All right, guys. Oh, it's just going. All right. So.
Yes. Negate the deep state. Yes, you're exactly right. That's why I say the country with all the sick people. That's exactly correct. There is actually a movement to get you in trouble for that.
All right, so we're going to go and we're going to be working on a bunch of videos. I can't promise you how fast they'll get out, but y'all have a video every day. The Smokehouse is coming up hopefully Wednesday, maybe.
Yeah, well, Tuesday's porch time, Wednesday's whatever, Thursday's a cabin, Monday is whatever we get put up on Monday.
I've already got one to do Monday is on the potatoes. So hopefully Wednesday, y'all will have the next installment of, I'm not sure how many more we got with the Smokehouse because I'm having to work at it and just work. And then we have another review on the rocket stove. That's got to come up.
Oh, we have a rocket stove video coming up. Yes, we have a review on that. We need to get that out.
I've got a lot to do. I
There's
need
Naked Hog. Jump in here and Smokehouse right at the end.
a Smokehouse.
That's what I'm talking about.
I bet they would like. We've got somebody that came this week. We got some special stuff maybe coming down the road.
Oh, we do. We had a special guest, a subscriber of ours, came by and visited with us this
and
past
we've got
week.
something hopefully down the road y'all are going to really love. And hopefully we're going to have some visitors tomorrow. And if we do, we will post a picture or two over on Instagram and Facebook.
Rita, no, no. You do not have to be military or ex-military for Patreon.
No, anybody can.
Anybody can go over on Patreon.
We need a secret code words to get around the censorship on YouTube. That's why Danny says LCE.
That's why I say LCE. Life-changing events.
So that is thank you, Chip. Danny doesn't use some of the words other people use, put it that way.
No, I don't like the word SHTF. I just don't like that word. I mean, it's not proper. I would rather use the term LCE. As a matter of fact, I think I'm the one who pinned that, and everybody uses it now.
Yeah, Danny started that a couple of 3 years ago. And LCE just means your life-changing event. It could be anything.
It could be anything from a tornado to a
health,
finances.
And it could be the world.
Could be the world could just collapse.
I don't know.
They're actively trying to make that happen right now. If you watch on Patreon, you'll find out how and why they're doing that.
Yeah, so the deal is we try to have things where we can go different ways. Now, I do have Facebook, and we can do short videos on Facebook, and it is getting to where I think you can put longer videos on Facebook. I just have not had the time to figure that out, so we have our avenues if something happens. It's not like we don't, and if we do, check Crazy Days. We will put up there where we're at and what we're doing, and we may just use Crazy Days if they mess with something. You know?
If they pull Deep South Homestead, go over to Crazy Days because that's where we will be.
Unless they pull that too, and then we'll figure another one.
Yep.
And we'll put our pictures up there and say, here we are, and you'll know where we at.
Jan says I got the Alaska Prepper to start using LCE. That's pretty good. I like that.
All right, guys, we're going to try and figure this out and see if we can get out of here.
Yep.
And No. What do we do?
Okay, hang on. Oh.
He's going to figure out how to get us out
YouTube has done all these crazy things. Well, guys, look, we're fixing to jump off of here, and we're going to say good night.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the donations, those of you who donated. Oh, Chip, give another one. All right. Hope you know how much change you have made in people's lives. Yes, Chip, I think we're beginning to realize that.
And we love the letters, the emails.
Yes.
We get all kinds. I promise
Every time we go to the post office, it's like Christmas.
Oh, Lou said Twitter too. Yeah, we're on Twitter too.
Yeah, we're on Twitter.
So I joined Twitter here 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I'm trying to keep up with all this stuff and learn all these new programs. And it's not easy, but we're doing it.
All right. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.